Outside. The rats are running.
Outside.
We having fun outside. We are all fun and we are outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. We're outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. We're outside tonight.
All right. Dusty and the Dustettes, thank you. Welcome to Outside Tonight. As far as I know, this is the first homeless talk show that I'm aware of. Even though we're homeless, we still have a phone. You gotta have a phone to function, and we're using that here, and hope you're watching. Most of us are out here in Trump Tent City, as we like to call it, because we're broke.
Not me, man. No, I'm in some typical record company bullshit. See, I got $357,000 waiting on me, and I got 15 record company lawyers trying to keep me from getting at it. And I'm getting that money. Right, baby?
Yeah.
It's the first I've heard of that. Well, I hope you get that money. Lord knows you need it. As you can see, people out here have a lot of stories to tell, and that's what we want to do. We just want to talk. We want to tell stories. We just want to communicate with one another. We don't want to argue. There's enough of that going on in the world. My wife, perfect example of someone who just wants to argue all the time. She can't talk about anything that is unpleasant, anything that's upset. Guys, if you're going to sit here, can you hold off on that stuff? All right. If you want to do it someplace else. If you want to do here, can you just set it? Do you mind? Thanks.
Okay.
As I was saying, people have stories to tell, regardless of their situation, how they got here, why they're here, what's going on, or what happened before they got here. Everyone's got something to say. Sammy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
It costs a lot of money to keep me from almost dying. Money I don't have.
Medical debt. You're going to hear a lot about that if you keep watching. Terrible situation. I'm glad you're still with us out here. So, we're hanging in there best we can. It's where we're at. It's what we got to deal with. So, thanks for tuning in. I guess that's our first episode. Is that okay for a first one, guys? Did we do all right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, and I hope you come back in and watch more. We'll have a lot of more people to talk to. Thanks, Sammy. You get that.
Live from the bottom of the barrel. It's Outside Tonight with your host, Papa John, and music by Dusty and the Dustettes. With tonight's guest, the girl who knows it all, Jennifer the Crazy Lady. And I'm just Sammy, and this is the show.
Outside. I'm falling down now. Outside. I'm leaving town now. Outside. I don't think I can be outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. We're outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. We're outside tonight.
Welcome to the show, folks. Thanks for joining us. The world sucks. If there's any good news out there, I haven't heard it, and I don't know anybody else who has. I can't imagine being a young person and living under these circumstances. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you live in this existence. I really don't. It reminds me of the game Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Do kids even, do y'all know what Pin the Tail on the Donkey. You're familiar with the game, or if you're not, they blindfold you, right? And they spin you around, they disorient you, and then they try to point you to your target, right? So you're doing the best you can, you're confused, and when you're confused, you go up there and you do the best you can to hang your tail in the right place, you want to hit your target, and it's not until they take your blindfold off that you realize that the target was the donkey's asshole the whole time. Well, we got a great show for you. We have a wonderful guest. A lot of people call her the crazy lady, but I think she's very, very smart. I think she really knows her stuff. Is she here, Sammy? Do you know where Jenny is?
Thought she was around here somewhere.
Hey, Jenny. Jenny, are you back there? So, Jenny, it's good to see you.
You can see me?
You're not invisible.
Damn. So I guess it means I gotta do your little show.
Yes, you do. So, what would you like to talk about?
Who would I like to talk about?
All right, who would you like to talk about?
Donald Schmuck.
Mm.
That's what I call him because I don't use that word because that word means two things completely opposite. It means, like in a card game, it's the trump card. You win, the very best. And it means phony, trumped up charges. Which one is he? But Schmuck, I always know who that is.
You should talk about Billy the plumber.
Who's that? He a schmuck too?
He's a Schmuck supporter.
Too bad. So what should we talk about? The love of Jesus Christ.
That sounds good. Let's do it.
Have you seen the picture that I have of Jesus? I'll go get it for you.
No. You don't have to. Tell me about it. Just sit here and tell me.
Well, he's smiling. He is the smiliest Jesus I could find. He looks like he's on vacation. He is so smiley.
That's nice.
I could just gaze upon his smiling countenance. Do you know why I love my smiley Jesus?
Because he loves you?
What makes you think he loves me? Look what he has done to me. No, I look at my smiley Jesus because it's like looking in a happy mirror. It's a mirror where I'm happy. I look at him and he smiles at me and I smile and I feel good. He's not my boyfriend or my daddy or even real. He's just love. Love I could buy at a 99-cent store. I could probably get a Smiley Buddha or Justin Timberlake, but they had Jesus, so that's what I got.
Well, I love talking to you.
I love talking to you.
So, are you religious?
You think me a fool. Who's fooling you? Me? No. You know what all that old-time religion is about? Is keep things the same. Think about it. Who has the money to build churches and to make a new religion? It's rich people. They make the rules. And then they make the rules into commandments. Thou shalt shop. Thou shalt work and pay thy taxes. Thou shalt give thy money to the church so the rich doesn't have to pay for it all themselves. Bring the priest the fatted cow so we can go back to counting our money. Money, power, money, power.
So tell me, what happens after we die?
What happens after you're born? You live your life so you can go to heaven. That's a box. Mm-mm. Who are they fooling? You? Not me. I'm not living my life so I can die? So I can go to heaven? What a scam. Keep everybody afraid that their loving God is gonna send us to eternal torment. Doesn't seem right. You agree?
Always.
People are afraid to understand that it just is what it is. It can't be anything else. You ever see how a flower grows? Fruit on a tree or a dandelion? It unfolds and it grows, same as anything else. As any living creature, it reveals itself to be itself. It is what it is. It can't be anything that it isn't. I'm talking about the way your cells make new cells, and the way your spleen works. Or even just the fact that you got a spleen, but you don't know what a spleen is, or what it does, or how it works, but if something went wrong, you would know. You are just the same as everybody else. You don't see what a beautiful thing we all have here on earth.
Keep going.
I'll tell you about heaven. All of these death-worshipping Jesus nuts, they don't like the life they live. They're losers, rejects, immature authoritarians. All they pray for is the end. The rapture, their death. They don't like the life they live. They're unable to live life now, as it is right now.
Well, I think that's a good place to end.
Blasphemy!
Hey, Sammy? Sammy? Hey, can you get him to come play us out, do the song?
So, when am I gonna be on the internet?
Oh, yes. I'm going to get to the library and upload it this evening. I'll get there before it closes, so I'll get you online before you know it.
At last. Famous for something besides my good looks.
Outside tonight, outside tonight, we're outside tonight, outside tonight, outside tonight, we're outside tonight.
Thanks for joining us on the show. Today we have a special guest. He's never been on before. We're glad to have him here. You're here in Trump Tent City, is like we call it, but you don't live in a tent. I believe you live down there in your truck. This is Billy, the plumber. Sammy, I think I got this. If you're good. Okay, man. Thanks. Billy the plumber, thanks for being on here. So yeah, you live in your truck, am I correct?
Yeah, my truck's parked just up the road.
Okay. Do you mind telling us how you got in this situation here like the rest of us?
Well, I was a plumber. I'm mainly out here because I had a run-in with one fucking jerk.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a plumber for a while. I was working mostly septic, and I was doing snake outs at Reuter. And yeah, I get a call about a toilet job. So I go, and when I get there, of course it's this fat fucking jerk who opens the door. And let's just say, like we don't get along very well. Just from the get-go, like I open the door, or he opens the door, and he goes to shake my hand, and then no, like he pulls back, like because he thinks I'm like dirty, or he thinks because I work with clogged toilets that I'm nasty and I don't wash my hands between jobs. And I'm like, okay, strike one. I'm just like, oh, just show me where the problem is. So we're walking through the house. As we're walking through this, I see a little pile of money and a watch on a table. Like, it's just out there. Like, he wants me to see it. Like, there's some trust in me. Like, he isn't afraid that I'm gonna steal his money and his fucking Rolex. Like, what is that? Anyway, like, we get back to the bathroom. And I open up the lid, and I should have fucking known. I should have known. But what's there to greet me? Just a nice little piece of shit in the bowl. It was perfect. Like, you knew I was coming over. Why not clean that out? Like, people forget I'm a guest in their house. Like, I'm not a fucking janitor. Like, I'm not cleaning that. That's not my job. Anyway, like, he starts saying, oh, I have to go run some errands, and I have to go pick up my kid from school, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh, no, I can't leave until I finish the job and I collect payment. And he's like, oh, well, I paid for the first hour anyway, and I'll be right back. And it's like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. And then he starts talking about all this other shit in the house. The kitchen sink, the other toilet, like he's got an issue behind the washing machine. I'm just like, slow down, man. Like, just let me do this one job. We can talk about whatever else after that. Just get the fuck out of my face and let me do my job. And then he's like, okay, man, I'll be back in 45 minutes exactly. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. Just get the fuck out of my face. So, you know, I pull the toilet, and then it's a soft block. So I just push it 70 feet and fuck it. Like, let the neighbors deal with it. Let the city deal with it. I don't give a shit. Like, if there's no clean out, there's not much more I can do, okay? So I start packing up my tools. And I'm just thinking, I can't get that handshake out of my mind. And I'm just getting so fucking pissed. This fucking jerk, he thinks he's better than me because I work with my fucking hands, and he thinks I'm dirty. We both know that I could kick his fucking ass in a second. I fucking should have. I should have beat the shit out of that fucking fat piece of shit jerk. But just decided to fuck it. You know, like I go back in the bathroom. You remember that little shit bean? Like, yeah, I smeared that up under the bowl. Like, yeah, that's gonna be squished up there for a good long time. Good luck cleaning that up. So then I go to put my tools in the truck, and the door's locked. I'm locked in the fucking house, and the alarm is set. The motherfucker set the alarm. Like, who does that? What kind of a fucking jerk sets an alarm while you're in the house? And you know what else? The money is still on the table. I'm like, I'm not falling for that shit. Like, I'm not losing my job over $278. The fuck? Who does he think I am? So, I've got about 15 more minutes, if he's getting back, when he said he's getting back. So, and whatever, you know, I'm gonna charge him $50 every 20 minutes over the hour. I tell everybody that up front. So I decided to fuck with him a little bit more. I go back in the bathroom, and I take his toothbrush and I rub it in the bowl. And then I fucking hawk up a big spute, and I shake it up in his shampoo. Yeah. And I'm just hanging out, and I'm waiting for a little while longer. And he just, you know, I've got like 10 minutes left. And I saw a picture of his wife in his room. And she was pretty hot. I mean, you know, she's fucking blonde. She's married a fucking jerk, but still pretty hot. And I noticed that she had some hand cream in the bathroom. So, I go in there, I take the picture, and I just fucking stroke one out. Deposit it in the hand cream, close it back up, and go about my day. So, there's about 5 minutes left until he's supposed to be there. I check outside, and nothing. So I'm still just fucking waiting. And then finally the door opens. But it's not him. It's the fucking cops. And they are fucking drawing down on me. I hit the ground, I'm like, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. Like, I guess, I tripped the alarm when I tried the door or something, is what I thought. But no. This guy had been spying on me. Yeah. This guy had cameras everywhere in his fucking house. And while he was, after he picked this kid up from school, guess who had his phone? And guess who happened to see me fucking pulling one out? She starts fucking crying. He takes the phone back, and he fucking just sees me finishing off. And I'm fucked. I am fucked, because it's all recorded. There's nothing I can do. He calls the cops. I'm busted. So, you know what? My lawyer, he said my case was the first case they ever pled guilty at arraignment. Like, normally you just plead not guilty because you can work out some sort of plea deal. But in this case, what's the point? What's the point? They have it all on video, so there's nothing I can really do for it. You know? I mean, who fucking does that? What kind of fucking person has cameras all over their house? Who the fuck has cameras in their fucking bathroom? You know, fucking jerks. Fucking jerks.
Okay. That's quite a story, Billy.
No, I have a question. It's for you. I recently read this book. It's not this book, but it has all about the globalists. And it had such a funny title. I don't know if you read it, but it was something like the protocols of the elders of
Zion.
Who are you?
I'm just who I am.
Can I tell him? When he says jerks, what he means to say is Jews, and he's just not saying the word.
Well, you know what they say.
What do they say?
You can tell who rules when you know who you can't talk about.
That's why he doesn't like your friend.
Sammy?
Yeah, he's a fucking jerk. I can tell right away.
All right. I think that's enough of the show for today. Billy, thank you for joining us, I think. Appreciate it. I'm going to turn this off. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going. We're going, guys.
1, 2, 3. Outside, there's too much sorrow. Outside, there's no tomorrow. Outside, too lost to follow you. Outside tonight, outside tonight, outside tonight. We're outside tonight, outside tonight, outside tonight, outside tonight. We're outside tonight.
All right. Great, guys. Thank you. I really appreciate you doing this on the show.
Yeah, well, I mean, thank you for having us.
Of course, absolutely. You're really helping us out here. If you don't mind, let's meet the band. Who's this gentleman we have here on the end? I haven't.
We just found him on the road. I don't think I ever got his name.
I'm Ralph from Hamburg, Germany.
From Hamburg, Germany. Really? How long have you been here?
Probably not such a great idea to get too much into that right now.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm not officially here, you know.
Not, okay, that's totally cool, man. Who's your pretty singer here, if you don't mind me introducing
I'm
yourself?
Rose.
Rose. Very cool. And of course, these are the Dustettes.
And I'm Dusty. I'm here. I'm fucking singing my heart out. Same day, every day.
Until we make it.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough for performing for us here on the show. We really appreciate it. They were great, huh, Sammy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
so much, guys.
Thanks for the exposure.
Absolutely.
It's a great show. We
Yeah.
love it. We watch it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck.
Great kids, huh?
Yeah.
Aren't they something? I really like. I worry about them, but
Yeah.
they seem a little messed up being in this situation. But other than that, had a good time. Can you find another guest? Do you mind seeing if somebody back there? If you can find somebody.
Well, I'll see what I can dig up.
Okay, I appreciate it, man. So we're back with our friend Jenny here. Thanks for joining us. So Jenny, there's a lot of problems in the world, obviously. A lot of things are screwed up. What do we do about it?
Everyone has to suffer. What are we talking about?
What's going on?
Oh, of course. It's crystal clear. It's always right in front of you. Are you so blind you can't see it? Are you so dumb you don't know it?
Well, just keep going. I'm listening to you.
It's over. It's all over. Old people made mistakes. You think they can turn this around? What if they never meant to? What if they never thought they could? They knew the nuclear mind can't fix this. The nuclear mind blows things up. It makes power now. It makes money now. Fuck the future. Where's all that nuclear waste gonna go? In 10,000 years, you're gonna keep it from killing everybody? And what if they never even thought they could contain it? Can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Done is done, we're cooked.
So you don't think there's any way we can fix this?
Fix this? I can't even count all the ways they fucked it up. This plastic lasts forever. It's in the body of every living creature. There's lead in the pipes. The fish are almost all gone. The rainforest, it burned away. There's too hot to live. It's too much rain. It's too much everything. Fix this.
Well, what do we do then?
You learn how to die.
How do we do that?
You'll see. It's easy. You'll find out. I think you'll do just fine.
Well, on that happy note, do you have any last thoughts?
My thoughts don't last that long.
Okay. Thanks, Jenny. Sammy?
It's getting dark and outside, falling apart and outside. I cannot even see outside tonight, outside tonight, outside tonight. We're outside tonight, outside tonight, outside tonight, outside tonight. We're outside tonight.
All right, thank you. Dusty and the Dustette, and of course, Ralph. You guys sound great. You sound so much better. You're like really working on this stuff.
Yeah, things are changing. I think we're taking it to a whole new dimension.
Well, you're going to get there if you keep it up. You guys sound great. Thank you so much for knocking it out of the park as usual. Thanks for joining us on the show here. Today's show is about me, and you'll have to bear with me. I wrote some stuff down here. I want to tell you why I voted for Trump and why I hate him now. To be honest, I voted for him because I always vote Republican. Straight down the line. And it was time for a change, and I thought he was the only one talking honestly about the way the system works. He said it was all about a money scam anyway, and you know, he was talking about it then. It made perfect sense to me. I mean, he gave money to the politicians, and they took his phone calls when he needed something. He understood corruption firsthand. Now, I know a lot of people would just like to stop talking about him. We've all talked about him nonstop, just like he wants, you know. And that's a big thing, too. Trump is different. That's what I used to say. And he was, but not in a good way. He's all about Trump, all of the time. And he used to say it out loud, although I see that he always said that he wasn't doing exactly what he was doing. I mean, it's easy to see that now. People like Trump just can't stop talking about themselves. They say anything, no matter how bad. He doesn't give a single fuck about what anybody else says. He is all about his own interest, always. I don't think he's stupid either. I think he's cunning. He used to tell that snake story. Well, he is the snake, and proud of it. He's a crook and a cheat and a traitor. No loyalty, no ethics, and no morals. And nobody cares. Because he doesn't seem real. I mean, it just seems like a funny wise ass on TV. And of course, you know, a guy like that does crazy shit. That's what he does, right? No big deal. People say, oh, that's just Trump. He doesn't understand what he's doing wrong because, you know, he's just this crazy guy that does shit all the time. Well, that's the point. People that do criminal acts act like criminals. He wants people to stop believing in anything. He wants the truth to be whatever he says it is. He wants people to believe him, not the actual truth.
Are you doing a show?
Yes, I am. Thank you. You're saving these. Have a seat, Jenny. Thank you. Please join me.
Okay.
So, what did you think about Billy?
I'm still thinking about it.
Okay. I was just talking about your favorite guy, Donald Schmuck.
Schmuck. Come on. What else you got?
All right. Tell me about the nuclear mind.
Nuclear mind. A nuclear mind. Listen, when Oppenheimer split that atom, he knew that he had killed the world. And we've just been living under the cloud of Nagasaki ever since. Did you know that they had two different bombs?
Mm-hmm. Fat man and little boy.
Fat man. And they were different types of bombs. Did you know that? They had to drop the second bomb, not to win the war, because they won the war. They needed to see if Fat Man worked as well or better. It was product testing.
Well, you know, they didn't surrender, so that...
It takes two to surrender. They didn't take the call. Nobody home.
Well, that is history.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny, thanks for being here. I just want you to know that you are my favorite guest, the best person to have on. Just tell me about today.
Oh, but you can't talk about today without talking about nuclear mine, because that is why it's all happening right now. It's every day. If you tell the story, you make the future, and we only know what we've been told. And the best liars tell the best stories. Did you forget what it's like to be a kid? And to have no power and no money of your own? Power, money, power.
So this is the nuclear mind.
It's the mind that we've all been living in since the birth of the bomb. We're strapped into the electric chair, and at any moment, they can pull the switch. Do you understand that?
You know, I think I do.
It's always there. It's right there in front of you.
Jenny, thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate it when you're here. Sammy, another great show. Thank you guys for watching.
Outside, my heart is yearning. Outside, the world is burning. Outside, the sky is falling down, and we are outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. We're outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside tonight. We're outside tonight.
All right, thanks, guys.
Was ist los, Bruder?
Bruder, das kannst du für dich selbst behalten.
We're here with our friend Billy. This is the third time you've been on the show, I think, so we appreciate you coming back.
Yeah.
So, tell us what's going on, man.
Well, last time we talked about Trump.
Yeah.
And look, I don't really like the guy, okay? And his daughter married a jerk. But you have to admit that he's funny, right?
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, when you attack him, he kicks back. Like that, there's always something crazy or something funny out there. And like, I really like how he got people to look at the immigration crisis. You know, even if the wall isn't gonna work, it's at least a start. It gets people to see what's going on. Like, do you remember when people were always talking about zombie invasions?
Zombie invasions?
Yeah, like back when I was in high school, me and my cousins, we would always come up with all these plans and defenses for a zombie horde invasion, which is basically us just coming up with a plan for when the immigrant hordes start pouring into our cities and our towns. It's the exact same thing.
Mm. So you're really anticipating this immigrant invasion?
Yeah, like they're out there, they're breeding, they're coming over here, and they're taking over our country.
You understand, like, some of this language when you talk this way can incite people to think things about you. Does that make any sense?
You know what? I'm not worried about what people think. Like, this is truth, okay? The West was built and sustained for the white race,
So you're
which is the superior race of human beings.
So you're just out and out saying that you're a white supremacist.
Yeah, I'm proud to be exactly what I am, and you should be too.
Well, people are gonna have some things to say about that.
Yeah,
for instance, hey, Sammy,
Don't
can you?
bring that fucking jerk out here.
Why?
If you do, I'm fucking leaving.
Why are you gonna leave? Why can't you talk to him?
I don't want to talk to that jerk.
Why?
He's beneath me.
I don't feel that way. I think we're all equal. Certainly in this situation out here, I don't see how anyone's any better than anybody else.
Yeah. The whole, let's all work together to make a better future. That's such a fucking lie.
We're not making a better future. If this is the future, none of it's great.
You know-
But I don't see how this is helping at all in any way. If you're going to sit there and just out and admit that you're a white supremacist, I don't see how that's going to benefit
I don't
anybody.
see why that's such a bad thing.
Jenny, will you come join us, please? Let's see what Jenny has to say about this.
Yeah, she looks like she might be a jerk too.
I used to be a jerk, but I got over it.
Yeah, you think it can change, but you can't just because you want to. An elephant can't become a mouse, and a rat can't become a monkey.
But worms can become butterflies. I mean, not worms exactly, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just want to know who this guy thinks he is.
I'm just who I am. I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
Oh? Are you religious?
Not especially.
Okay. Do you pay taxes?
I did when I had an income.
Okay. Are you an involuntary virgin?
The fuck is
I'm just trying to figure out what kind of guy you are.
Look, I'm not that easy to figure out, okay? I've got my own mind.
Do you have any interest in the Bilderbergers? Bohemian Grove. Freemasons.
I don't fuck with all that conspiracy theory bullshit. It just
Oh.
leads to stupid thinking.
Not even QAnon.
Did you know that people who believe in Q think there's going to be this great storm, which is just, translated into the government is going to do a roundup of these evil pedophiles, which just means that it's a way to say that we want somebody else to get out there and do this. And if there's going to be a roundup, I want to be a part of it. I don't want to be watching from the safety of the internet.
Do you ever read the Daily Stormer?
So,
I think I'm
Good
getting
deal.
closer. What is your position on the use of extreme violence to make changes in our society?
I don't know what you're referring to.
I think you do.
Look, I know what you're trying to get me to say. There's no point in me sitting here and arguing.
What's your opinion on gay rights?
What's your fucking problem?
You. I think you are a Nazi.
You do you?
Are you?
You know what? It's been a real pain in the ass talking to you fucking idiots. I'm wasting my fucking time.
Bye.
Thanks, Billy. And thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that.
Oh my goodness.
Outside, my heart is breaking. Outside, my mind is aching. Outside, it's a rude awakening. 'Cause we're outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside, ooh, we're outside tonight. Outside tonight. Outside, ooh, we're outside tonight.
All right. Good job.
That sucked.
Oh, now come on. You're helping us out here. It didn't suck. You have talent. You need to keep working on it. We appreciate it. Come on.
I don't have any talent. I can't believe that they're gone.
I'm sure they're going to be back later.
They went to go get the money. They went to get famous. Can't believe I thought I was gonna be famous too.
I'm sure they'll be back later tonight.
Can't believe this is happening. I'm so in love with them.
I thought it was you and Dusty.
And now it's Ralph instead.
You're in love with Ralph?
Ew, gross.
I'm sorry. It's just because you said them and...
Well, now they're gone and I'm gonna die alone and that's just too bad. That's too bad for me.
Well, what happened? You guys have a fight?
Ah!
Hey. Look, sometimes people people leave when they don't want to. They don't know what else to do. It's just how they react to things. You want to hear a story? Let me tell you a story about my
I
stepdaughter.
don't care.
Well, look, let me tell you a story about my stepdaughter and her husband, Mark. He left. They were married. They were very much in love. They were together about 15 years, and there's nothing they wanted more than to have a baby. That's what they dreamed of. And it just wasn't in the cards for them. They tried and tried. I think she had 5 miscarriages, somewhere around there, and it just didn't look like it was gonna happen for him.
And that's why he left?
No, that's not why he left. She got pregnant again, and this time it was different. A miracle happened. She had a baby, and it was a very tough pregnancy. She stayed with me and my wife, stayed in bed for 6 months, but the baby came out, and it was beautiful. It was premature, but it was a beautiful, beautiful baby, and we were just thrilled to death.
So, why did he leave?
Well, let me tell you. This baby was just, I can't begin to tell you how beautiful she was. I was watching TV one night, late at night, while looking at the news, and I heard her gurgling, and I went in there, and there she was, this tiny little thing. She was just so beautiful. She was like a roly-poly bug, you know, like a pill bug. She was just so little. And I was looking at her, and I just saw the potential in the world for her. You know, I saw her growing up, having a family of her own, on, and, well, it wasn't meant to be.
Well, what happened?
Well, things went wrong. She couldn't take milk properly, like she couldn't latch on, and then she couldn't sleep. She tossed and turned and cried, and we didn't know what to do. So we took her to the doctor, and they started running tests over and over. We didn't know what was wrong with her. It was something to do with fluid on her brain or pressure. I don't know. But we took her and her family back into our house. The baby needed 24-hour care, and we were all there around the clock, doing everything we could for her. And that's when Mark left. It was because he'd been through so much, and he couldn't take it anymore. Sometimes men don't know how to handle things. We can't get in touch with our emotions, and it's not the right thing, but we leave, and it's not the person we leave. It's not their fault. They didn't do anything wrong. It's on us. That's why I'm here. Am I making any sense to you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand, but it doesn't make me feel any better.
Is that the whole story?
I think so. She said that they
No,
took
the
off.
baby. About the baby.
Yeah, sure.
You dropped that baby. You gotta tell them. They need to know.
Can't.
You gotta go home and tell them.
Can't.